Hey, what's poppin', peeps? Your boy T Money up in the heezy. Happy Thursday evening. So I'm gonna do something different tonight, guys. I'm going to attempt to do a new series of videos, trying to bring something fresh to the table, as I feel like the same old collection updates, new stuff I got in might get old to some people. So I figure I buy a lot of stuff. I get a lot of different releases. I buy a lot of two of the same movies. So why not make a little series donated to comparing and contrasting um, different releases of the same movies that are put out by different companies? So let's start this one out with Class of 1984. What better time to do this now? We've got a new release right here from the fine folks over at 101 Films. I don't really know them actually, but they put out some nice releases. And then, of course, we have the classic 1984, Class of 1984 Scream Factory release. So I'm not going to talk about the film too much. It's great. It's from 1982. Really, really good depiction of chaos in the high school setting. It's kind of ahead of its time, really, but in the early 80s, and then even more so in the late 80s and into the 90s. But yeah, it's basically about a teacher who moves. It's been a while since I've seen the film, but teacher moves to a new town with his wife, and he starts quickly realizing that the school is run by a bunch of punks, and it's anarchy basically in the school system, and he tries to do something about it, and shit gets pretty intense on both sides. So it's awesome. It's fun, classic 80s cult film, Class of 1984. Also, there's a sequel, Class of 1999, by the same director, Mark Lester. But I recommend you guys check it out. It's not a horror film, but it's more just like a vigilante punk rock. Um, not I don't know, just depiction of school in the 80s, in the late the late 80s into the 90s and stuff like that. The school life that isn't very stable, to say the least. But the punks are awesome. Great cast. You got Roddy McDowell in here, and then some other dudes. Forget their names. Um, Timothy Van Patten. He plays like the main punk. And the main teacher is Perry King. So, anyways, yeah. So, what I'm here to do, I'm not really here to focus on the films themselves. They're great films. Everything that I'm going to be showing you is obviously going to be a film that I like if I have it in my collection for the most part. Some movies, granted, I haven't seen. I understand that, but if I have them in my collection, chances are I'm at least interested in them. So, Class of 1984, the Scream Factory release. This one came out a few years ago. Let's see, 2000 and I'm not sure. Probably 2014 or 2015, I think. I can't find the year on the back of it, but fuck. Sorry, guys. Um, Come on, Scream Factory, put your freaking dates on the back of here. All it's got is the year that the movie was made all over it. But it's from a few years ago, whereas this one's brand new. The 101 Films right here, released. But as far as special features go, on the Scream Factory release, well, first off, you get really cool cover artwork. It's a collector's edition, so generally speaking, it's going to have more special features than your regular line of Scream Factory releases. So it's got a nice slipcover. Obviously, the slip is probably not available anymore. But your special features, new high definition transfer of the film, new interviews with director Mark Lester, and actors and actresses involved in the film, audio commentary with director himself, blood and blackboards featuring interviews with Mark Lester and Marie Lynn Ross, theatrical trailer, TV spots, and still gallery. It also comes with reversible cover artwork. It is a 2-disc set, I believe. Well, so I'm no Todd Walnuts, but I'm going to attempt to get this out of here without doing too much damage. Sorry, guys. Let's put it down for a sec. What did I say? I'm no master at this at all, but here we go. So it's a 1-disc set. So there's your disc inside. And then you have your reversible cover artwork, which is going to be the main cover artwork on the new 101 Films release. So just a one-disc set, reversible cover artwork, plenty of special features, and a nice slip cover as well. So that's your Scream Factory release. We'll actually put that aside. So now let's get into the brand new. I got this from Zavvi too. I don't know if it's a Zavvi exclusive, but I got it from Zavvi. So this is the 101 Films, and I love how they do, in this line of releases, they do the year that the film was made on the spine, along with the number. I think there are only 7 so far. The only other one that I have in a box like this, I know they did put that Existence film out. Who directed that? Existence or whatever. It's like a sci-fi thriller film. David Cronenberg, I think, might have directed it. But anyway, that was one of them. But the only one that I have other than this is Roller Coaster, which is an amazing film. Coincidentally, Roller Coaster was also put out by Scream Factory or Shout Factory. And it is not a collector's edition. So maybe one day I'll do a compare and contrast. It's just a coincidence, but I do happen to have the 101 Films edition and the Shout Factory edition of Roller Coaster, which is another awesome thriller. But anyway, so this is a slip box. Here's the back of the case. I actually checked out the synopsises, and they're both basically very similarly written, I guess. They're very similar, so you can freeze frame that if you want and read it for yourselves. And you can also pause and look at the special features, but you'll notice that the special features on the 101 Films release, you've got some new stuff here that's not on the other release. So, I mean, both of them have exclusive features to their own releases, but also a main difference between these two, sorry, scatterbrain, this is my first time doing this, so pardon the inconsistencies and the choppiness to it. I'll get it better as I keep going. It'll get smoother, I promise. But this is Region B, right? The 101 Films release. This is Region A, the Scream Factory release. So if you're in the UK, you might want to consider this one. If you're in the US, you might want to consider this one. But I'm kind of doing this so you can make your own decision. If you're all region, I personally, having not have checked out, I've watched the Scream Factory release. I have not watched this release. I just got it today, actually. So I can't tell you about the picture quality. But I'm going to assume, I'm going to go on a whim here and assume that it's going to be at least just as good as the Scream Factory release, if not better, because it's newer. But maybe it could be the same transfer. I don't think it's going to be any worse. But as far as special features on this release, some brand new extras. Oh, cool, and they have it separated. So the new extras are right here. Life is Pain, an interview with writer Tom Holland, which is exclusive to this release. A limited edition booklet, which includes Future Retro, the Punk Culture, and the 80s Sci-Fi by Scott Harrison, and Pain is Everything, an interview with director Marco Lester by Philip Scott. Now, the additional extras, we have a lot of the same stuff that's going to be on your Scream Factory release, like Blood and Blackboards, for example, and the commentary with the director. I don't know if it's the same, but I'm going to assume it is. But it also has some exclusive stuff, like Do What You Love, a career retrospective by Perry King, that does not appear to be on this release. Nor does Girls Next Door, which is interviews with Aaron Noble and Lisa Langlios. It's on the DVD only. So this is a 2-disc set also, whereas it's a DVD Blu-ray combo pack, whereas this is just the Blu-ray. But I don't see anything of that title. Although, wait. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just titled it. It's looking like they just titled this. It's kind of tricky. Kind of sneaky there. Girls Next Door. They titled this. But if you look at the Scream Factory release, it says interviews with Lisa Langlos and Aaron Noble and composer Lalo Schifrin. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to assume that they are the same. The only difference between this one is that it's got a title, Girls Next Door, whereas it's not titled on this one. So, but I do like how they mapped it out and they separated things for you. The brand new extras on this release are going to be right here. So, again, if you're in the UK, I would strongly suggest you pick up the Region B edition. If you're in the US, I think you'd be probably fine with this, unless you're like a total avid fan of this movie and you need every single supplemental feature known to man, you might want to get both of them. Because I'm not sure if there's anything that's exclusive to this release. This one has the new features that aren't on this one, but I think the 101 Films edition has everything. Now we'll pop it open. It's a little bit tight. It's not coming out very easy, but I think I can get it without damaging the box. Alright, cool. So let's see. It's really the one thing about these releases is that they are, sorry guys, I gotta put it down. It's just so fucking tight. I'm still struggling with two hands struggling. Alright, cool. So you do get a really, really nice booklet. See, creasing shit up already. But yeah, just some like awesome still images of the film and just all kinds of write-ups and information about the film. So super rad. All about like punk rock culture and all different sorts of things. So that's really nice paperback booklet, and it's thick. I'm not sure how many pages it is, but it's at least 30. It's right around 30, 28 pages, something like that. So then here's your release, 1984. The 101 Films edition, nice clear case. Jeez, they don't mess around. And then your 2-disc set, Blu-ray DVD combo pack. And yeah, so I mean, some of the features are only on the DVD on this one as it mentions, but there's no poster. Sometimes 101 Films will throw in a poster, but in this case they just give you this nice thick booklet. That's your gem for this release, I guess. Your extra, it should suffice. I mean, it's nice. I don't need a poster for everything I buy, but the Alligator People release that I bought, it's funny. A lot of the films, I don't know if it's just the nature of Scream Factory and they release a ton of shit, but a lot of the films that 101 Films has put out, and vice versa, on Blu-ray, Scream Factory has either put out also or is going to put out. Like Alligator People, for example. I think Scream Factory just announced that. That's been out on Blu-ray from 101 Films for a while now. And then Class of 84, vice versa. It's been out on Scream Factory for a while now. Now these guys are just putting it out as well. And then Roller Coaster too. So anyways, that's it, guys. I know it was choppy, but I just wanted to try doing something different to give you guys kind of the rundown of these releases, which one you might want to consider buying. Again, I really think, just to sum it up, it depends how much you love the film. But if you love the film so much that you want to have all the special features in your all region, I definitely recommend picking this up. I got this for like $25 or $23 from Zabby. So, but you can definitely get this one without the slipcover, because I think it's gone now, from Scream Factory, probably for like $15. So that's it, guys. That's my little update. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this. I know it's different than my usual video, but I'm trying to branch out a little bit at least. And hopefully we'll get a little bit smoother as we go. But thanks for watching as always. Talk to you guys later. Peace.